There's so many people who for years have been looking into the psychology of Trumpism. Ever since working Kamala Harris's campaign, I have really gotten into the psychology of leftism because I'm a leftist. If you're a liberal, you're a Kamala Harris voter, maybe you vote Democratic. The whole idea, I want you to listen in on this because I don't believe that Trump and Maga are the problem. I have watched our Democratic Congress vote for shit since after the election, like after November 5th, 2025, up until now, that wasn't for the best benefit of the very people they represent. Case in point, there were very known Congress people who voted on bills such as the ability to give a president the right to remove exempt status from a nonprofit for terrorism reasons. Now they know damn well Trump's going to use this in any way he can, and they voted for it. Or the ability to stop and search immigrants because of what happened to that poor lady who was killed by an immigrant. And so they had a law come out and they named it after her, and there were Democrats who voted knowing damn well that they're going to use that against brown people and black people. They're going to go overboard. And they knew better. And these were actually black politicians in some cases, or brown politicians. I really don't feel as though the Democratic Party has our best interest at hand. And I began to look at things differently from a lot of these left creators because a lot of them have become alarmists. I've watched them become alarmists, where they come in and use breaking news and all this stuff comes in and they don't give any context, analysis, no assessment, nothing, none of that. No opinion. They just want to throw it out there and just freak you out. So every fucking time you're tuned into these people, you either you got a problem listening to these motherfuckers. And I can't point out one. Every time I say this, when I talk about left alarmists, they want to bring out a name. And I'm like, no, that's not fair. There are thousands of creators who are doing this. When Trump does something, they repeat it like a parrot with no opinion nor assessment to tell you, wait a minute, hold on. Just because he got that plane, what's the real reason he's accepting that plane? What's the real reason? He knows it's $1 billion worth of attention that takes you away from looking at the $880 billion bill he's trying to take away from Medicaid, or the benefits from VAs, or the benefits from Social Security. He controls the narrative with that. And the news plays along because they're attention for ad dollars. But what gets me is that creators go for it because they figure the attention and the views, they get more followers and they get more creators fund or ad money from, YouTube ad network, or creators fund money from TikTok or Instagram. Therefore, that's what they do. See, I finance mine. Yes, I'm part of that YouTube ad network, but here's the thing also. I have my own private groups, my own premium groups. Look in the description to join them. And there's another reason I did that. Is because if I have my own premium groups, I can have my own premium words, both said privately away from social media. That's why people have joined. But I've also done that so that I could be financed in a way that if social media don't like something I say, that can tell them, go fuck yourself. You don't own me. But the media, legacy media, can't do that. And obviously, many alarmist leftists can't or won't do that. And this, again, these are the ones I'm talking about are the ones who don't give opinion or assessment. But there are many who do. But my problem is not with MAGA. Everybody keeps talking about MAGA. I think we need to take a deep look at the alarmist left. I think also on the left, we need to take a deep, deep look. Think about this for a minute. We need to take a deep, deep look at the motherfuckers who are telling us this was the economy and immigration instead of what it really was. It wasn't the economy. Fuck you. Fuck you. It wasn't the economy. It was prejudice. It was racism. It was misogyny. It was homophobia and xenophobia. And I am so upset with so many people who claim to be left, but left the truth of the conversation. I was done with for instance, with what's his name? I ain't gonna throw the name out there. Here's the thing, because there's several people. It ain't fair to just point that guy out. But the thing is I had a problem with several people who said, "Oh yeah, maybe it was the economy." I'm like, no, bitch, it wasn't. Then I got a problem with the people who come out. And look, this is gonna get a little deep here. I got a problem with the people who want to come out with, well, yeah, there was an immigration problem. No, it's just a bunch of racist white people. Not all whites are racist, but the racist white people who said they didn't want brown people getting the bag. They feared their power because whenever that happens, the racist white people come out and attack. And then there's one other group who claim to hate Trump, who can't stand him, but yet they sat right here on the couch in their home, right on that couch, and claim they hate Trump, but they didn't show up at the polls for Kamala. And that's why a lot of black women, and I'm supporting as a black man, black women who are supportive, who are saying, because they know that there were women who sat their butts down. That's why a lot of black folks are looking at Latinos, those 33 nations who are Americans here, who are crying right now because they getting served like a motherfucker. That's why black people like, because we knew what they were going to do. There were many black Latinos who came out and said, oh, well, I'm not black. I'm not black. I'm not black. But you missed the point. You are black because they're treating you just like black. What's happening right now to these immigrants is the same damn thing that happened to us. It's what's happening to us every day, motherfuckers. When I sit there and look at people, tell me, oh, you know, they came and they kidnapped these people. They really? Wow, how'd that happen? It's almost as if they had 160 years training since slavery. Ooh, wonder who they practiced on. I'm going to let that sit in. And then to my Arab brothers, Palestinian supporters, the ones who went after Kamala's campaign, but were cowards that didn't go after Trump's campaign. They singled that black woman out like fucking dogs, dirty dogs that they are. And he told them a straight up lie. They fell for it, despite doing a Muslim ban on your asses in the first term. Now you talking about Trump, Gaza, Netanyahu talking about clearing out the Palestinians out of Gaza, taking the whole damn thing over. And we sitting here like this. I don't have a problem with the right. The right and I disagree. Absolutely. The problem I have, and weirdly enough, Trump made a comment. He said there's an enemy within. When I'm looking at Democrats working against us, when I'm looking at white women working against us and themselves, when I see some of the brown people working against us, when I see the Arabs working, working against us, and I see what happens to them because of that, yeah, I can do the whole, fat fool, fuck around, find out, told you so. But here's what I really want to say. Have you learned this lesson? Save Act, white women, have you learned the lesson? Cops, when he's doing when he's doing a release of every one of those insurrectionists, have you learned a lesson? When he cut your funding, cops, when he cut your funding, Mr. Love the Blue, and so many of you supported him, did you learn your lesson? Trump Gaza, Palestinian protesters being dragged off, deported, treated like dogs, and then told that they're going to go and make a casino and a resort out of your lands. Have you learned a lesson? Latino, brown people, 33 nations. Have you learned your lesson? Now that you met the ones that have, pick up and fight with us. Because the problem I have, again, you can study the right all you want to. We got some serious problems on the left, and we got to check it. And unfortunately, the left alarmists still ain't learned their lesson. Because they like carpetbaggers. They're like profiteers. Say, ooh, here's the latest breaking news. And making money off of bringing people to anxiety. Well, I'm just reporting the news. Yeah. It's like the drug dealer who says, hey, somebody got to sell the drugs. Somebody going to sell it. Might as well be me. That trips me out every time I see that. I see guys like Freeway Rick Ross, one of the most infamous dealers in drugs, who got out on a technicality because there was CIA involvement. But he arrogantly, and admits that. He said he arrogantly feels as though there's something he should be getting. He should be getting more. Or sometimes people ain't treating him right, or blah, blah. And I'm thinking to myself, all the death you caused, millions of people, it's a wonder you're alive. I mean, your karma. Just you responsible directly and indirectly for millions of deaths and hardships. That type of karma is a wonder it doesn't destroy you. Because he's the guy who sued Rick Ross, the rapper, for taking his name. He's like, I don't like him doing that. I don't like him doing with my story. I'm going to sue him for money, and he didn't get away with it. And I feel like God is showing him this is part of his penance, his punishment. Penance. Punishment. It's the same way with these left alarmists. I think that they're going to catch one. They're going to catch one, y'all. They're going to catch one because of all the ugliness they put out there. Then they wonder why it's happening. Well, it's happening because you put that energy out there. Just like the white women who didn't vote and sat on the couch. Or just like the Latinos who claimed they were part of the plan. They wouldn't even show up. And now they getting deported off to foreign lands. They losing, they ain't nobody even care about their stuff. Now all of a sudden everybody, oh, they took Garcia off. I believe Garcia is coming back. I've said it several times, but the thing is look at what it took. Y'all helped this make happen. There's enough Latinos that could have showed up at the polls to shut this shit down, especially in all of the key states, all of the battleground states. Look at what happened. There were Arabs who could have been showing up, for instance, in Michigan. They didn't even do it. And look at what happened. No wonder Kamala ain't too quick to come back up in this. I hope she does. But this is kind of deep, ain't it? Because the problem, everybody keep talking about, ooh, MAGA, inside the mind of MAGA. I'm inside the leftists. Those are the ones we got to watch. Yeah. Think about that. Think about that. All ain't lost because many of them have woke up and found out, and we are fighting, but all ain't lost. It's a deep, deep conversation. Y'all too busy talking about MAGA. You got all these leftists trying to debate with MAGA. I'm like, what's the use of debate? Leave it alone. It's one thing if it's a friendly sports team debate, but these guys are deeply flawed. Stop doing that. And the fact that you're doing it shows you're deeply flawed. Old saying, when you argue with a fool, you become one. I'm Darren Scott Monroe. If you want to join my private groups, look in my description. Hopefully I've earned your subscription right here to this channel. Otherwise, it's been great.